What is actually happening is that you took away the curtain and you look behind the scenes. And you see, if you want to change your life, if you want to be more influential in your life, you need to understand your patterns, you need to understand your behavior, your emotions, your body. Your body keeps the score, right? And so every single time you kind of feel anxious or you feel anger, right? This deep, deep inner rage, maybe you're feeling and experiencing that too. That's not you being wrong or like, oh my God, that's too far. Like I'm too far out. Now nobody's going to understand me anymore because I'm going into this rabbit hole and nobody will be able to follow. Yeah, that's true because it's your rabbit hole. Now, it depends how long you want to be in the rabbit hole, right? But see, healing is a cycle of like, you go deep, you go up. You go deep, you go up, right? It's always in this polarity. You see both. You see the beauty and you see the ugly, right? While probably before it was more or less neutral. You could not feel that much joy. You could not feel that much excitement. You could not feel that much anger. Anger can be very, very positive if you use it in your highest good. But if you don't know what you're actually keep creating, right? All these things are here anyways. They are here. They're very present. You may not be aware of your patterns, your survival patterns. You may not know those. Right? But you see that something is not right. Something is not sitting right. You cannot point the finger to. And as soon as you start these work and as soon as you start to look at the table and you see like, oh my God, like there is so much going on that I did not know, that I would rather choose right now to not see any of it at all. You can. Nothing wrong with that. But you're not doing it wrong by realizing how much crap is on the table. That was me. Many of the people I have in my circle, that was them. It's realizing what we have been creating all these years. Realizing how frustrated we were. Realizing that it wasn't good at all. We thought that was the best we could. But now we realize we didn't want to see more. We didn't want to feel more, you see? And maybe you are at the point where you're like, okay, like I know I need to do more. But heck, I'm afraid. Like I'm going to lose everything around. I'm going to lose my people. They will not be able to give me company anymore. Because I choose a different life area or life path that they don't want to. Or maybe you're not even talking about it, you're doing it in secret, right? Where you start to meditate and to journal and to really go deep and reflect on your life, on what's going on, right? You start to see how much influence other people had on you. Now, this is not just only from your childhood, but like from the generations before you. Everything gets encoded in your body. And that's not your fault. It's about realizing that some of it you just took on as yours. And some of it you were co-creating as well, right? You started to have these behavior patterns. You started to feel a certain way. For example, for me, I learned to feel a certain way that would make me feel fake empowered. I had built up this a lot of anger inside of me to actually ensure that I would keep going. Now, that's coming from a survival pattern, right? And I was not in a position where I could really experience love. I was not able to really feel it or to receive support. that was like the worst thing ever. Like needing support and asking for support was like the worst ever, because it meant that I was not able to do it myself, and that meant failure. You see, like learning all those things and being able to actually name them and give it language really helps you to see, wait a second, I'm creating crap here. I'm creating something I don't want. And yes, you're choosing, but often we choose unconsciously. We don't know that we are choosing it because it's an automatic thing that we keep doing because we don't know that we are doing it, right? We think it's normal because we look around and we see other people are doing exactly the same. They live the same. It's because everything that is on the outside is usually also a reflection in the inside. And so I would find it more easily if there is more polarity, right, in that sense. But that's not how it works. We see people next to us that are very similar to us, which is why you can learn a lot. But it's also, for example, for me, that's harder to see. Maybe for you, that's different, right? But if you see, let's say you are someone who doesn't earn that much money, right? And you would be friends with someone who is a millionaire, right? Someone with real much cash. And you would be like, it's not that they work harder. What are they doing differently to have a lifestyle like this? You could do it with anything. You could be like, why are they always so happy and they seem really confident in who they are? So why is it that I don't feel that, right? But if you see the same mirror that is inside of you, I find that harder, but you decide for you. So if I see someone who is really sad and I feel the same because I'm like, gosh, life is so hard. Like, I'm working so hard and I'm trying so hard and everyone around is doing the same thing. And you're like, that's just life. Because everything you see is giving you the exact template of like, that's true. So I confirm my belief that this is true. But when you check anywhere in the world and you see that people live differently than you, you know you're BS yourself, right? You know that. But it's not so obvious because you're like, well, they grew up different. They have something different that I don't have. And, that kind of thing. And we start to not realize that that's not it, right? It's like they choose differently. And the question is, so if I have all of this on the table and I don't want to see it because it's painful, okay? Like this journey is not for someone who, loves a lot of comfort. I love a lot of comfort. And I have my issues with it, to really see everything and to be really open to see it. It's uncomfortable. It takes a lot of courage. It takes faith. It takes like it really takes a lot to take off the lid from your eyes to actually wanting to see, right? Because it can be like, my whole family lived this. My whole family believed that women are less than men. Or my whole family believed a woman needs to be nice in any possible way. And see, this can be environmental, this can be from family patterns, this can be karmic, this can be from generations before you. It can come from any kind of area, and sometimes we don't even know what this pile on the table is. But it's about wanting to choose differently, wanting and believing that there must be a different way of how I can live in a more honest and truest way. Because the truth is that you being sad, you being aggressive, you being not feeling like not enough, feeling not lovable, like all of that. Like when you really, really just center yourself for a moment and just listen into that. Do you really feel that's true? Because that was when I started, and when I started to be like, okay, wait a second, that's actually, I don't feel that's true, like at all. I don't feel that this is really the truth, right? So if you start to catch yourself that things are not true for you, but you still live it, you have to look closer. And sometimes that means you have a little breakdown because your body is processing the whole thing, right? Realizing, okay, it needs to get out of the system. It needs to be processed. We want something different. But it's about who sits on the driver's seat. If you put yourself with the full awareness into that driver's seat and you're like, okay, that's a tough one. Let me sit down and be with that and feel that, right? For example, I have a lot of back pain, and I have it since I'm a young girl. You see, and I'm working on this pile for so long. And every single time I change a little the angle, and then it gets a little bit better, then it gets a little bit worse. And it's about seeing why I created that whole thing. Why did I created it? Because I did. And see, so did you. We are co-creators. Now, it's not meant to say that this is your fault. It's not about you feel crap and this is your fault because you created the whole thing. But really realizing how much power you actually hold to your life, to live a life like this, whatever that life looks like. You hold a lot of power, and that power needs to be seen. It needs to be seen that you have a lot of impact in the world, even though you're such a small being compared to the world itself, right? It gives you the awe. Let's say when you go travel up the mountain and then you have this amazing view, it makes you feel really small. But see, every one of us has an impact in this world. Every one of us can share a little bit of joy in this world. Every one of us can share a little bit of love, a little bit of compassion. But I want you to be really clear here and to really understand that all of this, you got to learn to give it to yourself too. Not only. Okay, you don't need to protect yourself from all the evil outside. But you need to be able and wanting to give this to yourself. Give yourself the compassion, hey, it takes a bit, it takes a while. Like I can feel comfortable here. I can release a couple of things. Right? I can feel into why I'm doing certain things. And I can feel how it's actually moving through my body and how I'm going to release all of it. Maybe it's not going in one dip, in one thing. But maybe you've heard of the 0 point. And I love that. So going into the 0 point, in how I understand it, is almost like a void where all your things that you've created, that you came into this world, are not existing anymore. Because what exists there is your essence, your pure being, your pure connection to your soul, your source, right? To the ether. Like, whatever you want to call it, don't put yourself into the language, hey, I don't understand. Like, use your own language. This is not a fixed settlement. I always wanted to really be like open and transparent in wording, because see, words fall really short. So what you're creating in this moment when you feel an overload, and that really helps me a lot. So what I create is like sitting in this void, okay? So imagine to sit in a void which is dark, and not dark, heavy dark, but like dark in a sense of fully in peace, fully in your center, right? You can start to breathe into your heart, because that will make you feel centered. So you start with your awareness, right? And you bring all your attention into your heart. You start to open up your heart. You start to close your eyes, and you start to imagine that you are inside of you in this void, in this 0 point where nothing of your pain exists. No body pain, no emotional pain, no spiritual pain, okay? Nothing like this exists there. It's just like the pure essence of you, and breathe into that and start to feel who you truly are. See, you're nothing like all of this pain. They're just guiding points for your life. They they guide you. Whoa. They guide you. They help you feel when it's the right time to take a turn. When do I need to take a turn? And when you start to feel into that 0 point, and you really imagine you're sitting in this black box. It's actually not a box. For me, it's an open space inside of you. There is nothing else than your pure essence, your pure beingness, connected to your soul, connected to all that you are. But there is no judgment, there is no blame, there is no anger. What is there is bliss, grace, joy, things that you are on your very baseline. Okay, you're not hate. You are not any of that. You're not sadness. That's not who you are. You feel into you what feels true. So sit there in silence and try that. And try to breathe into that field, into that experience, and see how you're doing. Let me know in the comment section how the 0 point feels for you when you start claiming your being, claiming who you are, claiming that this is what I want to bring forward. I came here with a lot of heavy experience. Put it to you. I came here, you came here into this earth with experiences that you may think, I don't want any of this. Now you cannot go back. But see, what you can do is to not always think, how's it possible that I have to live with all of this pain? How about you integrate it into your body and let it flush? See, when we are not integrating this, what we are doing is we hold back, right? We hold it back, but it's stored. This means it's not going anywhere. It means we start to keep trash that could be restored. The belief that your body cannot transmute this, that's not true. Your body can do a lot of things. We are just not aware. We didn't grow up knowing that our body has so much potential in helping us transmute whatever you came into this world with, there is a lot of transmutation you can do. All the pain, all the sadness can be transformed. Now, the question is, do you want that? Do you choose that? That's on you. But it's not that you don't have the tools. You do. And they're with you every single day. Okay? Much love to you. And remember, sometimes, okay, let's say often, when we have a topic that goes really deep, that comes in layers. If we have sexual trauma, if we have childhood trauma, all of this can come multiple times. And it doesn't mean you're learning all the time the same lesson. It means you're seeing things from a different angle. So when you're triggered, when someone is like giving you a thing, use it. Write down what you feel. Go to the 0 point and learn to let it go through your body. Allow your body to do its work. Allow your body to help you. And be thankful for that. Be graceful for that. And start to see how much you can actually work with your body, helping it transform. With that said, thank you so much. Much love to you.